Let's see if DVP capitalizes off of their reds behind them. Oh,
Okay, I got a
stream
network error for
buffer.
sketch.
Yeah, this isn't looking so good.
I gotta look at what Maxim's stream is. X Maxim 7.
Let's see Maxim stream.
Maxim's just not streaming. I don't know if we're still on. Can
Maxim
everybody hear
have a
us?
stream going?
Doesn't seem like it, so
Mm.
may have to go back to. I think it's on my end. Actually, now it looks like Sketch is not streaming either. So we may just have to be waiting, I guess. Like I think it was entirely on my computer's end. So this is like weird that both of them just aren't streaming. Yeah, we're on right
Yeah.
now. Just seems that we got no match to actually cast right now. So unfortunate, I guess. Never like to see technical difficulties. So
Yeah, it's weird that it's happened. It happened both on MKC and on Sketch's stream though. That's a bit
yeah,
odd.
I'm wondering if it was actually on my end or DVP's end. So it's hard to tell. So because like the problems were definitely happening while Sketch was still streaming. I don't know if like my stream case like could not
Mhm.
like keep up with his or something.
I think Sketch's stream was doing fine like while it first crashed, and then like I don't know.
Yeah, hard to say for sure. So
I think Sketch's stream is coming back up.
okay,
He said he's restarting it.
we'll have to see, I suppose. I'm refreshing, not really getting anything though. So
Okay, I got a network error.
yeah, unfortunately, it was during a race also. So
Hmm. They're probably going into like race 4 right now though.
you think so?
Yeah, because when I came back into Sketch's stream, they were on race 3. It was TM.
Yeah, saw the very beginning of it, but it says he's live
Yeah, I
now.
didn't
But
get to
I'm
see
still getting a black
what
screen.
happened.
Just getting a network error though.
Yeah, I'm getting it too.
So at the very least, if there's anything positive right now, if there's anything positive, is that it seems like my bit rate is fine right now. That everybody should be able to hear us just fine.
Yeah,
Maxim said he's turning it on.
Oh, so Maxim's probably streaming?
Yeah, we can maybe get it. The problem is I don't know what spots. Okay, I see Maxim stream now, so we have that. So
Okay.
they're on Dragon Driftway right now.
Okay. Probably race 4.
Yeah,
Something.
presumably race
or
4
5.
is all we know.
Yeah, it's race
So
4. It's race 4.
first thing I'm noticing is the sheer amount of looking back right now, and slightly grainy, but
Yeah.
better than nothing at all. So
All right. It looks like DVP was 1-3 starting this race.
well,
I see quite a bit of them in the top-ish spots, except for Felix up there.
mm-hmm. So I guess it maybe makes it a little easier knowing like
Did
who
Felix fail the
Waluigi's are. I see Felix like pretty far up
It
front.
looks like Ryo's going back for Shock.
Yeah, I know.
Shock's kind of deadly here.
Yeah, so this is definitely a VX pick. This is definitely a VX
Yeah.
pick. We know that much.
Yeah, they like this track.
They like this track a lot, and I think they actually use it as like almost solely a bagging track. So.
Shock is pretty deadly here, so I can see why they do that.
Okay, so he's holding blue right now. Tricky's in first right now. Looks like perhaps even a top 2 for VX. So
yeah,
blue's definitely gonna be coming
Tricky
out.
And Felix up there.
We're gonna have to watch out though for a shock, and there it is. So I want to say it's gonna be VX because we know how they play on this track. It looks like it may not have helped other than just getting a build dodge though, but it looks like Tricky is actually emerging up front right now.
VX got shocked.
It looks like VX has a top 3 and Maxim has a red coming for him in 11th right now, so that's got to be a little irritating. So, okay, LS, I believe, is going to get hit out. Looks like VX is holding out the top two. A blue comes out, though. So Maxim should be able to catch up a little decently right here if the bill runs out. It looked like... okay, Tricky got out first, so I'm not sure if like it was him letting his teammate pass or if he just actually stopped for blue. So
It looks
regardless, it
like
looks like DVP has a little
either
bit
one.
of a recovery
Yeah,
here.
I think DVP got blued. If not, I could be wrong. It's probably still it could be still VX. It's hard to tell with DK.
So hopefully he doesn't scroll too quickly. I believe I got this
It
updated
looks
score.
like it's kind of mixed with the spots.
I got the
Oh no,
updated score at
that's a
the very
winning race.
least.
That's a
It'll
winning
just be
race for
tough.
VX.
Yeah. The problem is we didn't have the
Okay,
race
well,
3 scores. So by that logic, we couldn't find out the score, but I quite barely got the calculation in for all 6 VX players. So assuming there's no
all right.
disconnect, VX is up 12 right now. So
I don't think there was a disconnect because like looking at the scores, it didn't really seem like it, but I could be wrong.
yeah. So
Looks like DVP's going DS, so.
so I think we're just gonna have to hope that maybe no more technical issues. It looks like
Yeah.
maybe we may be past that. I'm not sure if it was on my end now because I don't know if Sketch's stream is just like doing some kind of advanced like buffering or something that we couldn't really tell. But
Yeah, it's hard to tell with like what happens with technical errors like that, like what could be the source of it.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, VX starting in 135 it seems, cuz like they had quite a bit of the odd spots and then, yeah, they're starting 135. I mean, Hyrule is a good pick for them. But like it seems that people are able to infiltrate top spots pretty easily, especially with how Maxim just showed you can pull a cheese room and just take
Yeah,
that whole grass cut.
unfortunately, it's not. It looks. Unfortunately, it's kind of difficult to like not like have to improvise
Yeah.
quite a lot there
It's
because
still hard to keep top spots here, but
yeah.
it's a pretty like well-known fact that it's a good front-run track. So
Hmm.
it looks like DVP is taking up quite a bit of the mid packet from what I'm seeing, but okay, I see a lot of VX getting back into the top, and they have triple greens around them. I'm seeing quite a bit of DVP back here besides the Mark back there in last. Um, seeing seeing DVP up there with shrooms, not very much offensive items to keep VX
Oops.
away from them.
So I'm doing a little bit of cropping right now, just to try to remove this black ball right now. It's being frustrating.
All right.
So what do you think the spots
I
are
want
looking like right now? This actually may just be on
um
Maxim's end, weirdly. So
VX is in I see quite a bit of like balance back here, but VX is like 9-12 or like 10-12 right now. So um yeah, looks like Maxim's catching up. I think VX is bottom 2 right now. They're like 9 bottom 2. They might even be bottom 3
so
soon
I
after
wasn't
this.
sure if
Well,
Tricky
Maxim missed
was
the box.
out up there, but Tricky should be getting first also.
Yeah, VX is bottom 3 right now, which is pretty bad.
Well, no,
But
remember this
they're
is
gonna pass
DVP's.
Maxim because he didn't get the box.
Yeah, it was DVP's perspective there. So 6, 9, 10, 12 also.
I think VX just got 9, 10, 12. Yeah,
Yeah,
they got 9, 10, 12. Uh, yeah,
it's not
that's
going to be a
a
winning race for VX, but
winning race for
they'll
DVP, but I
maintain
don't
the
think it's
lead.
by that much.
So we got an
But I could be
8-point
wrong.
lead after 5 for VX right now. Uh,
Was that a +4 for DVP?
yes, it was a +4 for DVP.
Okay.
So
I'm apparently behind on stream.
make sure you're not watching the MKC stream.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've been watching the
Yeah,
MKC one.
yeah. Yeah. You got to watch Maxim straight up, obviously.
Maxim's.
Yeah, because
All right.
the
Can you send me Maxim's stream real quick?
the channel's X Maxim 7.
Okay. Hold on. I think it's this one. Oh well, it didn't pull up a stream. It pulled up a video.
Interesting.
Okay, now I see a
Okay,
stream. All right,
fantastic.
DS.
I mean, you can say that JVZZ would be up 334 by now, purple, but you know, still doesn't change the fact that they didn't get it done last week. So, you know, different finals. So, we're seeing some slightly different strats coming out from Maxim. Not gonna pull a box though, so just gonna be holding on to the single shroom.
You don't see very many people going back right now for shock, even though that's like a thing on this track
Ooh, that
from a
was a
lot of
little
teams.
unfortunate. Unfortunately, was not able to slow
Yeah,
down in
that
time.
was an unfortunate red there.
Yeah, I think maybe there was something that he could have done, but
yeah, he could have like not shroomed. That probably would have got him to not be redded off. But
yeah.
I see quite a bit of. It looks like Felix is going for shock or possibly Bill. Probably shock though.
Oh
To be
yeah,
honest.
definitely going for
For
shock.
shock. Yeah.
I think Felix's actions in races always have a very good intent. That's going to be a big miss of communication there. Got to call out your doubles, of course. Unfortunately, he's
Yeah.
not going to get anything, and you know, I think they're too close to maybe pull shock, but like that would have, like you never really know when the 9 through 12 spots. So
You could be like in ninth in the pack and get shock, or you could be way far back there and get shock. So it's very weird to like tell
yeah. Now
if you
I don't
have it
know
or
if
not.
Felix actually has anything right now because
Yeah,
he was
it
in a
doesn't
bill a
seem
second
like he
ago.
does, but
Yeah, he has a star now, so he
yeah,
may just be trying to
he has a
catch up.
star.
So may have not gotten the RNG
Oh,
required right
he's
here.
still back there going
Yeah,
for
he
it.
may be just like suiciding his race at this point. That could be a sign that
Yeah.
DVP has a lot of top spots. Unfortunately for
Yeah,
him, Maxim
yeah.
has something right
I
now.
see a Roy. I see a Roy and a DK
Maxim's gonna
up
want to
there.
get into
So.
this like right now,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Maxim's want to
So
go in a star right now. Yeah,
yeah, so like
he's
DVP
pretty
is not
much
gonna be able to use
safe
it
right
regardless.
now.
Tricky's gonna be getting second. I don't know who got a third, but I don't know
I
who he
think
got
this is
ahead.
gonna be a 1-3-4-6 for DVP if I'm guessing, because
Yeah, so
the DK is probably them. Yeah,
three
top
five
2, 4,
seven
6.
nine,
That was a really good race for
bottom
DVP.
2.
That was a really good race for
Yeah, and that's actually
DVP.
going to allow them to take the lead right now. So this will be, I believe, DVP's first lead of the match, sitting in a 12-point lead at halftime. So this point is just about pushing advantage.
That was a 30 plus. I forget.
20. So you know, Felix taking a risk there, not gonna get it to work out this time though. So no, that's the risk, obviously. So just did not work this time. You know how it is, I guess. We all know how it is. DVP may be looking to push advantage, and they will get their track picks. So I think I've noticed in past matches, VX actually bagging this track much more than many other teams have. So
I had to refresh the call because it was a little laggy.
okay. I've seen
Um,
VX willing to bag on this track a lot more than other teams do, I think.
So you were saying that was a pretty big win for DVP there. How much was it by? Because I didn't.
It was a plus 20. So
Oh yeah, that's a really good.
yeah, a tide
Sign for
turning
DVP.
race, if you will. So
DVP's plus 12 right now, so
yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty big turnover.
So Maxim's kind of got like the Pyrax play style going on right now. The Waluigi Wiggler, the looking back every 2 seconds. I'm not like Ryan said it best last week. I think like I'm not sure how you can like possibly gain like information from just like pressing back so much. I guess, but you know, it may just be something that he's adapted to at this point anyway. Tricky's gonna bring out his trail that wasn't even Tricky that hit him, but I think VX is escaping this of so many top spots. But then John's up there, and Leo gets pushed off, so could be maybe a top 3 for VX and a 4-5 right now. But actually, what happened to John? Did John get hit? Okay, that's gonna be a bomb back. So I want to say this may be a top 3 because I think we saw. Oh my goodness! And that red shell was so well placed by what looked to be Tricky. Maybe it was LS, but this is looking like the kind of race that VX definitely needed to return. Like I don't see Leo anywhere, which is making me think that like maybe uh maybe this is a top 3 indeed. Actually, no, Leo's in the back, so I'm not sure who the DK is. It
Maxim's
could be
stream is
Twonk
lagging for me,
maybe,
so I
but
have to watch it on MKC at the moment. But what I see
well,
right
you
now is
can't
like
really watch it on
DVP.
MKC is the thing.
Yeah.
It's like it's going to be behind because like what we're saying right now is being updated on the MKC stream. So like, well, like what I'm saying now like will happen on the stream in like 10 seconds or so. Anyway, a blue's coming out. I didn't see who used it, but this should perhaps get L. Okay, so they had a horn, I guess. It looks like 3 through 5 for DVP. Maxim's gonna have to watch out and make sure he doesn't hit any teammates there, but at least second place. Whoever got first is
Okay,
big, and it
finally.
was
Good.
Mark. So that's going to save a decent amount
Looks like
there.
DVP is getting quite a bit of mid spot.
Yeah, and that was a
I see
slight
they
win
got
for
3, 4,
VX.
5 for sure. Yeah,
So
3, 4, 5, 6. That's a pretty slight win. Yeah.
yeah, we have a 10-point lead for DVP now, I believe. Not confirmed, but still a lead. So
That was a +2 for VX, right?
yeah, and I think this is kind of what
This
everybody
is
was
a pretty close
expecting.
war.
I think
This
everybody
is
was
interesting.
kind of expecting this, in fairness, because uh, I think these teams have been very evenly matched for a very long time now, I
Mhm.
guess.
This has been an extremely close war for like all of it, which is really interesting.
Yeah, I would not be shaken at all if this ended up being a game 3 scenario. So
Hmm. Oh, looks like DVP is pulling out the eyesight you don't see often.
don't see it too often unless you play some of the Spanish teams. I believe that they are big fans of Ice.
Yeah.
So wait, was it DVP you picked this? I would think it
Yeah.
would be VX, but perhaps they have a
Oh
plan
no,
that we don't
DVP
know
picked
about.
it.
My gosh, Max, I'm actually trying to give us all a seizure. This is crazy. Unfortunately, Sketch's POV was just not working out, so we're just gonna have to ride with this, I think. So perhaps tough on some people to see, but looks like Mark is gonna be getting his cuts off just fine. Maybe not. It looks like it was
Despair
fine.
probably shrooming up here. Yeah,
Yeah.
Despair's in first
So
now because he
Mark's
pulled
got
that shroom.
okay. I think Mark is still up there and fighting against Despair.
Yeah, Mark is in first now, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Taking both Nisks. That's
Yeah. It
gonna
looks like
gain him some time.
so. Can't be understated enough how clutch Mark's driving early this race has been.
One of VX got redded out of the top spots. Looks like oh well, DVP it seems like is in 2, 3, 4 from what I can see.
Yeah.
But I
So
can see
a
quite a bit
lot
of
of pressure
VX
on
in the
Mark, but it
mid
looks like
spots though.
Felix is well, he was pressuring, and it looks like Mark actually just got hit out first. So perhaps the DVP takeover, the track pick may not be a mistake at all. So,
DVP bottom 2 right now.
well,
I guess the
LS is in
mid pack
11th,
got to them.
but so it looks like this could be a big DVP race actually, but I think VX is like
I see
almost all the middle
I see
spots right
a
now.
couple Roy's in 2, 3, which is DVP for
This
sure.
could potentially be a
Um
top 4 for DVP. Like I don't want to say it is, but it very well could be.
yeah,
And that is
that
going to
could
be
still
oh
be
okay, yeah, Felix getting the quick
that
red
could
out on
still
Maxim.
be Mark up there, but I'm no, never mind. Mark is in sixth. So
Yeah.
DVP is probably like top 4 right now. That's definitely
Do we
DVP in
have
top
any
4.
Roys confirmed on a? Okay, so
No,
VX has shock
they're all
actually, so
DVP.
that's going to be quite a
Oh, that's
shakeup.
interesting. Yeah.
This could actually bring them back into the lead. We see DK's in first now, so I'm not sure
Oh
about that,
wow,
but
I was expecting a TS on the glider. That was a bit early.
yeah, it may have been a very unexpected
But
shock. It looks like
yeah,
that's going to be
yeah, they
changing a
probably did
lot at
that.
the end.
They probably did that knowing that DVP would be expecting
It's still a top
because it
3.
seems DVP knew exactly that they had shock.
It was still a
That was still a
4-5-3,
top
so it
3.
did not do nearly as much.
Hmm.
Just maybe saved perhaps like a very very bad race for them. So
Maybe the obvious shock spot was the better plan looking back at
it's
it, but that's
very
hindsight.
possible, yeah. So believe this is going to be our largest lead of the match now. I've got a DVP up 28 going into the final set of 4 races. So,
Hmm. But this is the game-changing GP, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, so VX has a lot of grit, I suppose. So I'm
Hmm
sure
It
you
seems
know,
that they're on the downward momentum, but you never know what could happen. They could just pick it right back up from
well
what they had at the start.
I want to say that I want to say like let's be real here. I think this may be like probably the biggest opportunity, maybe the biggest match of both of these teams' entire careers, I suppose. Uh,
Hmm
this is an
Because
opportunity in the
has
finals.
VX ever been in MKU finals? I don't think so.
Well, I guess I guess not, but that's mainly because MKU finals is like a new
Well,
thing,
yeah,
I
yeah.
suppose.
Or
But
like,
like,
have they ever had a chance at winning MKU? Is
uh,
what I mean.
I want to say
Before
yes
this.
in 8U, and but it was a little bit strange because I remember. Well, it wouldn't be VX, but it would be MW. In our first Swiss tournament back on 8U, we ran a Swiss tournament and stuff, and like a lot of teams just like exceeded expectations completely. A lot of teams that were not Division 1
Hmm
made title pushes. I remember the final match of that Swiss tournament was actually Severance versus Midnight Wasps, and
Oh
nobody
yeah.
expected Midnight Wasps to be there, but they were, and they actually kept it kind of close. So
hmm I remember that team being like
that was the
pretty
opportunity.
unpredictable
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah, they surprised a lot of people, I think. So Felix, the leader of that team, he still got this team right here in position to maybe win finals. And, SVC is a little. They should have been proud of like how they played SVC back then, also, because like. But
Hmm
like the thing
They
is
were
now,
like,
it's like there is no like necessarily SVC like team. Like these teams, like I think are a much more even footing. Like if you had to like have like a betting line on like the finals between DVP and VX, like the line could very well be even for that matter. Whereas like
yeah, but whereas if in NKU, if you were to see SVC versus like any team, you'd be like SVC is gonna win.
Yeah,
And
SVC would be the
yeah,
heavy favorites in almost any match. So this
it
is
looks
definitely the
like
biggest
DVP's taking
opportunity.
the top two right
Yeah,
now in
Max, I'm gonna
in
be
this
able to land a
race.
horn on I want to say
Hmm
LS or maybe Ryu actually.
That
So
coin in second could be a big like
yeah,
bad thing
well we
right
see
now.
a
I
3-4 for
had a loss
VX at the
for
very
words.
least. I wouldn't count a shock
Yeah, I
out
see three
either,
four for
but
them.
he's
I
gonna
can't
try. Okay, he is
necessarily tell
defenseless now, and the
because
boo's gonna come in. So he's gonna try to break on the wall. It's not gonna happen. Ryu is pulling in the second out. A blue comes
looks
out.
like he's
This
getting
may be fast enough to get to DVP. Actually, I'm not
could
sure he
be
has a
this
horn.
could be a
Okay, he did have a
turnover
horn,
for
so maybe he
VX
did
right
it
now.
right there. But regardless, he's not gonna be able to get the trail in.
It looks
VX
like
got at least
DVP's gonna
third, I
get a
think.
4-5,
Oh, that is a
145.
huge race for DVP right
Ooh,
there.
that's
Huge
really
race.
big for
So
DVP. Yeah, 14567. Oh wow, VX bottom five.
Ryu
That is
being
a
the only
big race
person
for
up there for
DVP.
them, and that could have been it right there. We may have just seen it end right there.
DVP might have gotten enough of the momentum to just bring them to the win.
Yeah, so we have a plus 60 overall for DVP right now, 3 to go. So could say on the game too. I'm sure the only team right now, not or only party not thinking that right now is VX. They're probably still like this is still an opportunity, I guess. Like
Hmm
you may be down 60 or 3 to go, but remember like this is finals. Uh, like
Yeah.
this
I
game
don't
itself
see
is an
Felix.
opportunity.
I don't see Felix letting them tilt or like get on the um we lost
Yeah,
mentality.
like at this point, it's like you're just trying to steal one. You're trying to steal one.
Hmm
So
Looks like DVP went the obvious RWS pick here, but I
yeah,
wouldn't be blaming them in this situation they have right now with a one everything ahead of bottom five. So
I think any race win for DVP right now is effectively gonna maybe act as like
hmm
almost a dagger. Like plus 20 is
Maxim
official,
just got killed on the first turn
or
here,
plus 22
but
is official. But really any like non big race for VX right now is going to be
hmm
hurting their odds quite a bit. So
DVP manages, but yeah, like you said, if DVP manages to get a big race here, it's pretty much curtains for VX.
yeah.
Even like plus 22.
So it looks like a pretty close match at the beginning. This is perhaps looking more like the one that they had
Feel
earlier in the
Felix
season.
streaming up to Felix streaming up to second. Looks like John
Yeah,
is in first,
very
if I can
condensed
say
pack
that.
right there. I mean, if you're a
Yeah,
DVP
the
right
pack
now,
is
trades are
super close.
welcome. Uh,
Hmm.
taking somebody out,
Pretty
take
much
yourself
anything
out.
to get pretty much anything to get VX out of top spots would be worth
Yeah,
it
and it
at this
looks like
point.
Felix may have gotten bombed, so I think John's going to be holding on to first right here, and perhaps a very tight and confusing pack right here. And I think
Yeah,
like at
this
that
pack
point,
is really tight right now.
at this point,
Seems
I think
like it
it
would be
benefits
hard to
or a
avoid
DVP
stuff.
whenever there's anything close. Tricky's gonna pull into second. Maxim's holding
Hmm.
a boo. He could get triple greens right now from Tricky and be kind of toxic,
Looks
but
like
he's not
John's
gonna get
kind
it
of
off fast enough.
having a
And it looks like he's gonna
decent
get
lead
redded.
there.
So VX is 2
DVP
through
1-3 right
5
now.
right now.
Oh, did
So
I see triple
they
reds
are
for
definitely 2 through
DVP?
5 right now. So you know I don't want to jump the
Yeah, they're
gun.
2-5.
There's a spot to block reds coming up here for John, but if Tricky pulls a bunch of reds, like they could maybe have the opportunity they were looking for. I'm not sure if it's gonna happen. Regardless,
Maxim
Maxim's
has
gonna.
fire though, so
Oh,
this could
Tricky
get them.
may have no. John spun out, but it's not gonna be enough.
Maxim's coming up to
And
fourth.
yeah, and this is gonna be a big race for DVP again because I
Oh,
think
is this gonna
VS
be a
only got
1-3 for
second.
DVP? 1-3-4.
They only got second, so.
Yeah, Maxim's fire destroyed them at the
That is
Z turn.
not yet
Yeah,
enough to seal the win, but it is very,
that
very
is a
close.
pretty big win.
So at this point, we are looking at a 78-point lead for DVP with 2 to go. The only way they're going to be losing this without an overtime is if they get top 6 twice. So if you're VX, it's top 6 or bust.
Hmm.
Top 6 or bust. But
You
remember.
basically have to go for a top 5 and then 7 or something, or like 2 top 6s in a row, which is extremely tough.
Yeah. But remember, this is match 1. This is a best of 3.
Yes, this is match 1, and they can't let this match affect the next matches,
Yeah, so
or else they are done for.
yeah. I don't believe that VX would be the kind of team that would just give up when they've come this far. They're
Yeah,
like
there's no reason for them to give up at this, especially since this is first match, and they can easily turn the next
yeah.
2 matches.
And what's strange here is also we're kind of used to we're kind of used to like finals, I guess, being like about bracket resets and everything. We're not going to be seeing that here because this is a single elimination tournament, just a best of 3.
Hmm.
But
Looks like DVP was able to break into top 3 at the beginning, but VX. Oh yeah, looks like DVP's about top 4. Besides, oh, never mind, that's Mark up there.
yeah, so the thing to
All right,
consider though is
DVP shrimming up here. Are they gonna be top 3? Looks like a DVP top 2, 4. No, top 3.
I think it's top
That's
3 now,
Mark.
yeah. So
Oh, never mind. Felix and
it
Mark
is
are up
top
here,
3
but they're
now.
getting redded out. Yeah, it's top 3 now. Oh, they have an early horn. That's a really good sign for DVP.
Yeah, and it looks like they dripped from first to try to make the horn even easier. I'm not sure what's necessarily
Looks
needed,
like a
but it was a close
DVP
pack.
top 4 here.
So
Yeah.
it was a close pack. So perhaps
Yeah,
they
they're
just wanted to
probably
make
just
sure
being
that they
safe
didn't horn
there.
anybody.
Yeah, plus they wanted to make sure that they could actually get the blue because, it's still possible to miss it.
Yes, for sure. Still possible to miss. Especially since the blue light's taking shortcuts. Like I think that last turn sometimes it will.
Yeah, it'll take the shortcut sometimes, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. This is
It
looking
looks like a
very
DVP.
over.
Yeah.
Unless VX has
This
shock.
looks very, very, very good for DVP right now.
Now,
It looks like a top 4.
I want to know who's in 12th right now because if that
I'm pretty sure that is VX.
well, if it is, their war is over because they cannot afford to not get top 6. So if they're suicide
Mhm.
bagging, like I want to say that Felix is like the math guy. Like I'm pretty sure like he's thinking like ahead or something. All the VX members are in stars right now. The blue is coming out, so maybe it was VX. But I just want to emphasize that this strategy was not a working one
Yeah,
because
it's not worth it for them to suicide
it's not even a
bag
matter about it being
on the
worth it.
red.
It's just quite literally you lose if you do this. So they did do
Mhm.
it. The blue's going to come at the very end, but I don't think it's going to be enough to do
It's not
anything.
gonna be. It's not
Yeah,
going to be enough. I
still looks like a
think.
top 3 at the very least. So When you're now 78, you
Yeah,
can't
that's still
really
gonna
afford.
be a top
Yeah,
3 or top 2 4.
4 through 7, bottom two. Uh, honestly, not the strategy you want to do. Maybe they did give up. I suppose. Like at this point, it's kind of like, well,
Hmm.
what can we really even do at this point? I
Yeah,
suppose. So
that's definitely curtains for VX.
yeah, I mean, at that point, they could mathematically, unless like they had some kind of penalty, I suppose. They mathematically cannot win that with somebody getting 12. So
Hmm.
yeah, we're just gonna be kind of chilling for one more match, and yeah, we'll have to see how match two goes. If we can go any differently, if there's a lineup change, perhaps. It looked like VX kind of had their footing in the beginning, but it looks like
DVP was able to find weaknesses or
it looks like they're
capitalize off of
gaining
what
their
they had.
confidence right now. Like, let's not worry about if they get shocks or not. Let's just run. Maybe they think they have the better players to do it. Uh,
Hmm.
it's looking like they kind of, well, not even looking. They just straight up have match one done. So, yep, just one more race. We'll be getting like, I've always wondered if like just like the thing is like like forfeiting and stuff. It's like, well, people are gonna say like BM or something. It's like but like I don't know, in situations like this where you've lost a match but you aren't out of the tournament and you're still playing the same team after, it's kind of like, okay, let's
Hmm.
just end it, get a run back started, because like I don't want to, I don't want to waste like good races just like on a match that doesn't matter anymore. I guess.
Yeah, might as well save
I suppose
the
you could
extra.
scout it out,
Uh,
but yeah,
might as well save the extra energy for the next matches.
I'm gonna have to take a good break after casting today. I do not. I'm kind of hoping. I'm honestly maybe even hoping for 2 matches right now. Just watching this camera point of view. I don't know if I can do it 2 more hours. My goodness. So now's a good time to scout some stuff out, I suppose, if any. So any interesting strats you want to try out? Like, I guess that's like what this race could be for. Uh,
Yeah.
otherwise, not going to be really a big deal at all. So one thing to consider is in our last two tournament finals, being Amplify 4, America's Cup, the team that has won the first match, and I think in both instances it was in dominating fashion, did not win in the reset. So there's that to
Yeah.
consider. Um,
Yeah, it's still very possible for VX to pull it off,
of
but
course,
it's looking like it'll still be pretty difficult.
yeah. Of course, if DVP does lose next match, they still get one more to work with. So there's
Yeah.
still not too much pressure, I guess, in a
Hmm.
second match. I
And
think
they can
teams get
always get.
comfortable sometimes when they win. And I think quite frequently we see a team like the opponents, we just see them get like a really good first race right off the bat, and the other team
Mhm.
starts to panic a little. They're like, "Oh, well, this is bad. We could actually lose now." Like I feel like DVP's definitely found a sense of comfort right now. Uh, seems like they aren't too worried right now. I mean, obviously they shouldn't be. They've won this match already. Uh,
Yeah, just like looking at
Maxim
the results and everything.
kind of
Uh,
struggling back here right now.
hmm. Yeah, Maxim's having a rough time here with all these greens. It seems like this was another good race for DVP. This might be like a
Pretty
plus
neutral,
80
yeah.
win for them.
Yeah, it was pretty neutral. I don't think they got the plus 100, but they were kind of close. I'm
I'm pretty
getting
sure overall this was
443
like.
to 541, so it will be a 98-point margin overall. DVP taking match one, GP3 in dominating fashion. So I'm not sure how quickly they're going to be setting up for the second match. I believe DVP should be hosting the second one. I'm not sure if they just want to go straight into it in this room. If they want to take a break, sub some people out, but I think we'll be back momentarily. So I think we're just gonna leave Maxim's stream up right now. I don't think that we have anything else to go on right now, but
Yeah, not very much to go on right now because we don't know what the teams are doing really.
Yeah, I think at this point, this is kind of where you gotta get your motivational speeches going. Uh,
Mhm.
if you're DVP, you gotta feel good about the fact that the next match, you're not gonna have to deal with starting bottom six in the room. That's a deadly combo a lot of times when playing
Mhm.
against VX. Uh,
Yeah, that's a bad sign for really any team.
yeah, so I think we'll be taking a pretty quick break, just chilling on the background screen. We'll be back in a little bit though, so stay tuned. Hello, we are back. I believe Nick is. There he is. Match
I was
2
just
coming up soon.
muting just in case.
Yeah. So, I believe DVP's hosting this match. Obviously, if you were here for the last match, they won match 1 by approximately 98. This is not a double elimination tournament. This is a single elimination tournament with a best of 3 final. So I know a lot of people are used to thinking, oh, okay, so since DVP won and they weren't the hosting team, then like whoever wins this match wins. That is not the case. DVP has the opportunity to end it here to become the season 7 champions for MKU. VX needs to win this game and then an additional game after to win the best of 3. So pretty dominating showing from DVP in the last match. Do you see anything different happening this time, Nick?
Well, you did say that in the last 2 cups, like America's Cup, for example,
Yeah,
you said the first team won by a pretty dominating amount, but they did not end up winning. So there
yeah,
could be a trend going in these MK leagues that we have,
yes.
but maybe this will be the breaking point. So you never know.
A lot of
But
times,
I can see a VX come back in this match because I'm pretty sure Felix had a pretty nice motivational speech
oh,
to give them.
we did. Um, this point, I think we're just waiting on one more DVP member. Uh, I want to say that VX is like it doesn't look like VX's lineup has changed at all from what I can tell. Um, I think I would just expect maybe just a re-energized team. Like, okay, that one's over. We can't do anything about it anymore. Uh, let's just do us. See what we can do in match 2. So, I mean, that's the mindset you kind of have to have. Obviously, you're in a tough spot. You got to win 2 games in a row, but I don't
Hmm.
think that this team
It
is
can be
incapable.
discouraging. It can be discouraging if you look at it the wrong way, but if you don't look at it the wrong way, you can see it as like a whole new chance to win.
Yeah,
Because I know a lot of teams that would be discouraged by a big loss in the first match.
yeah. I think what teams often need to realize is that even though you are down 1-0 right now, even though like your win probability maybe like 20%
Kinda
or
low.
something right now, your win probability may be pretty low. Yeah. Uh, the thing is, when you sign up for the league to begin with, that's a lot tougher of a scenario than this one is, if you think about it. It's like everybody signs up for the
Hmm.
league at the beginning and stuff to try and stuff. But even if you are down in the finals, the fact that you're in finals still and still get this
Hmm.
chance, like that
Getting
means
through the
something.
whole league itself is kind of harder than if you were to make finals and do that,
Yeah.
because like you still have to go through all of the teams that signed up, and
Yep.
it's like hard to keep the drive going, I guess. Like it's
Yeah.
kind of hard to like, yeah, it's kind of hard to keep a good streak going the whole way through, because obviously there's going to be a few bumps in the road.
For sure. I mean,
Yeah.
both these teams lost like 5 or 6 games in the regular season and stuff, but here they are right now. Uh, obviously, when you play so many good teams throughout the season, like it gets tough, I guess, to keep it up and continue. Think that you just kind of have to look at it how it is. It's like just what like at this point, both these teams have won over 10 games. What's 1 or 2 more
Hmm.
compared to that?
Oh, apparently Sketch is streaming again.
He is streaming again, but I can take a look maybe. I can take a look maybe. It's just
Yeah. Do you want to see before the room
yeah,
starts?
I'm taking a look right now. I think he has call up right now. Can take a really quick look.
Right.
Yeah, they have call up, so I don't think that'd be the best unless I'm trying to play music the entire time. Uh, I think probably it's just best that we focus on Maxim right now. And I know a lot of people are like kind of bothered by the
Hmm.
flickering of the look back button, but I think this is a risk that we have to take considering like we had issues streaming sketch last match. Unfortunately, you don't want to take a risk again. That maybe like disconnects um, OBS from from the channel and stuff. Like, I don't know if it was on me to begin with. Actually, it seemed like it seemed it seemed like it was not on my end in hindsight, but it really felt like it at first. But I can't really tell, because it told me that OBS needed to OBS like disconnected and reconnected.
So it was kind of entirely an OBS issue.
It may have been, but I think it also may have just been unable to pick up Sketch's stream, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because it seemed like there was something on Twitch going on, or like something with internet issues.
Yeah. Okay, so I don't know if you've noticed, but there's actually 6 DVP in the room and only 5 VX right now.
Mm-hmm. They might be trying to sub someone out.
Make a switch, maybe.
Maybe like maybe they're like trying to get Ghost or something.
Yeah, that's what I would be thinking also. I gotta look at their roster, make sure that he is still in the team. I believe he is. Yeah, he is. So there's a possibility with Ghost. I'm not sure who else we may see though for like their main lineup and stuff. So
yeah, I'm not too sure either.
They could be trying to get Ghost to play. It's hard to say though.
I know VX is having a kind of roster crisis, if you like want to call it that.
Like, I thought I saw Mark in the room earlier, but I think he's gone. So that looks like Mark. I don't know if like he just disconnected or something, but regardless, he is here now. Okay, so I got an update in the chat from Christo, I believe, from VX, saying that Mark is at toilet. So, you know, gotta do important things first, obviously. Many things come before MK at the end of the day. But anyway, we are underway. Finals, match 2, DVP with the series lead of 1-0. So,
DVP probably taking the majority of the top spots this time around.
Yeah. I thought for a second we were going to see the Yoshi Valley come out race 1, much to John's dismay.
Yeah, that scared me a little bit.
Yeah, that scared me for a second also. Then he kind of switched over to RMP last second.
But DVP's not going to pick that thing, so...
That thing!
Yeah, it's not even a track.
I suppose I have to move the sides now since DVP is technically the host. There we go. Okay. So, match 2 coming out now. Looks like Sketch is the
cheese land, getting it out of the.
Interesting enough, it looks like Sketch is the host, but it looks like VX still was it looks like Sketch or VX was still able to get 2 through 4, which makes the cheese pick maybe a little weird. I guess they all just joined very quickly. So
they may have not known what spots they had, so they just picked something.
Alright, the war between DVP and VX has started. This time I actually wrote the right teams on the Toad bot. Hopefully we won't have any...
Like Maxim's backing.
Yeah, hopefully we won't have any disconnections that...
Felix is obviously going to be going for shock. He's kind of their shock bagger.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say he's just a shock bagger. I think he's just more like a...
He's pretty, like, experienced in getting it.
He's a jack of all trades, I suppose, when it comes to MK. I like to think myself in that way also, but I think with like team leaders who just do everything. Okay, so we have a shock, by the way, from Maxim, but anyway, I think team leaders just kind of like to do whatever is like available. I guess a lot of times they just get called pack players for that reason.
Yeah.
Interesting start here for DVP. That was probably a VX shock, I want to say. Maxim looked like he was like in a pretty high spot for shock, so perhaps they just were not ready for it. I know VX is very quick to maybe adapt and say, oh, they have it right now, and
yeah,
we see,
they
Rio.
probably saw them with shock and were like just quick to use it.
Get it out fast, and you know that's a
strat.
Completely valid strat at that. Ryo looks like he's kind of gone right now. LS is up there also. Maybe even more that we don't know about. I don't know if Mark dodged. It looks like they got 2 build dodges, so...
It looks like DVP is...
Blue is out,
sort of
but it looks like Ryo got hit. So. I don't think they'd be backing anymore. It looks like VX may have like even dipped at the end, so Maxim's going to be getting hit out here. Unfortunately for him, this is going to lead to perhaps a really bad end of race. Mark's going to get hit in the cut though, so
this
that
isn't
certainly
looking
helps.
too good for DVP.
Yeah, I want to.
See.
Like, it's hard to tell, but I want to say VX won that race.
Besides,
but
Mark
no,
here. Yeah,
top
it's
two.
Looking really weird.
Yes, no, yeah, really good race for DVP actually in the end. So hard to really tell.
I'm gonna refresh stream because I think I'm like a second or two behind.
Yeah, definitely do it. It may just be your internet or something. If you feel like you can't keep up, we may have other people to come in at this point now, but just make sure we can try to see if we're lined up at all. So sorry for the flash.
Well, it went forward for me now.
Yeah, so
maybe I
just picked
might be on time.
TikTok clock Maxim, so that's the call for DVP. DVP was looking to perhaps just close it here. Very real possibility that they can just get it done here. VX is going to be getting their bagging track. So lots of mix-up potential here.
Cheese the desert out of the way.
Yeah, so this is personally something like I personally hate to see, but you know, other people like watching bagging, I guess. So I just think it's kind of lame at this point, but you know, it's a very real part of the meta.
Agree. Bagging's kind of lame, but it's meta, so whatever you have to do, I guess.
Sometimes you just have to put up with it. So I'm interested to see how this plays out. It looks like VX got their shock last race, but did not maybe get as much use
off of it.
Well, that's the other thing about early shocks is like it gets you an opportunity to win instead of sometimes guaranteeing you the win, I would say. And that's the other thing. A later shock, it's risk versus reward. Like a later shock is generally going to be better, but if they waited there, like DVP is just going to shock also. You know, early shocks sometimes can set you up very well. So.
Yeah, but on tracks such as like Cheese and Desert, sometimes it can be even detrimental at points.
Yeah, just have to deal with it in the beginning. Anyway, we see Felix in the back again. Very possible that he got it last time. So
being back there.
So he uses Boo, but he's not really going to get a second box out of it just because the Boo's going to be stealing something else. Blue is in play right now. I'm not sure if it's going for it because we know there's a lot of DKs. But as Maxim,
I'm sure it's going for DVP up there. It looks like quite a bit of DVPs up there.
If I was Maxim, I perhaps would have used my Golden back there. But I think he's holding it for the end lap. The only thing that worries me is like like shock could very well be in play, especially if how VX people are. So this could be
Felix could have it behind his bill. Ryo.
This could be a very risky maneuver for Maxim, but it looks like there may actually be no shock, so this could work out like very heavily.
Yeah, Ryo's in a bill right now, so it doesn't look like there's a shock in play.
Leo's going to be able to get a red out, but
turn around with maybe someone getting it at this set up here.
Yeah,
or someone got it first set or something.
Looks like only LS and maybe Mark are up here for VX right now, so definitely a very... And Mark alone is in 5th, so it looks like DVP may be in top 3 right now.
This is looking to be a shockless dry, which is surprising in final.
Okay, it looks like one Roberto got hit at the line there.
Will probably try
and LS got hit on the line. That's really big for DVP because I think they had like almost every other top spot.
Yeah, that's gonna...
So that's going to be a top 3-5.
Oh wow!
So
yeah, they managed to keep their top spots from Cheese and just keep their momentum.
Plus 40 to start for DVP.
Yeah, that's.
If you want to make a statement saying that your bagging tracks don't matter, you can't really do much better than that, I suppose. So
yeah, that's a really good point in that case.
Yeah, DVP looking to and you know VX is perhaps even running like. At this point, you may be even questioning is like the bagging working. So it looks like DVP has just dominated them in frontal presence, and it's been enough so far.
Way of bagging, maybe VX's way of bagging just isn't working out for them. Maybe they need to switch the game plan.
Well, they obviously have to go really quickly on Cheeseland. That desert race is just kind of an enigma. I think
with so many people bagging on desert, it can kind of be hard to pull shock.
I think it's kind of it's almost like I lost my train of thought there, but I guess the thing for VX is like they were still going DYC. I think they did not really care about the results and stuff. Kind of just gotta trust your gut, trust what got there. I think a lot of teams have a habit of just like panicking.
The VX
when
guy
one
in
thing
fourth
was
burnt
wrong.
out, so DVP was able to be top 4.
I
Maxim
cannot
pulled triple
believe this
bananas.
last banana did not hit anybody.
Yeah, that's really surprising.
Yeah, still has it. Has an opportunity to hit
Looks like
somebody.
a shit ton of DVP up there.
Yeah. So, a lot of DVP up there for sure. It looks like VX is just suicide bagging from the beginning.
Looks like Maxim just hit John out.
Yeah, so I want to say that Rio's in the back right now, like kind of like selling out for shock, if you will.
Pretty sure. I think Rio is Oh, well,
okay,
no,
one
Felix
VX goes down, so they are 3-4. I'm not sure who just got hit. Sketch just got hit, so VX actually has 2-3 right now. An opportunity to maybe pull some reds, but okay, it looks like Roy spun out for a second, but didn't really happen. I think a blue's coming in for what I think is Despair, so I want to say VX blue, and this could be the turning point that they need if they can hold on to these top two, but maybe it was a DVP blue, as we see Despair looks like he does not care.
Yeah, Despair blocked it. He probably, yeah, that might have been a DVP blue, but we're not entirely sure.
If it was me, I would have held that blue personally because, you know, now he had to use a defense item, and obviously you got 2 VX right behind him. Shock's going to come in. I want to say maybe it was a VX Shock, but I think only DVP dodge, so maybe Felix is in a boo or something because, like, he's now up here.
Yeah,
looks like John dodged, though.
Yeah, John dodged.
It definitely looked like a VX Shock, though, in hindsight now, so... Oh, he gets the trail out. So...
Despair's still up there in first.
Yeah, Despair wins this race. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to do anything. It looks like he got a bomb in first. So, one DK is going down there. And I know Felix is in second now. It looks like Maxim's going to be getting last, almost guaranteed. But...
Oh, he hit himself. Oh.
Yeah, so...
Alright,
Despair's going to hold on to first.
Yeah, Despair.
Bottom 2 for DVP. I think Maxim joking with us a little there. But... At the very least, bottom 2 for DVP, but it's going to be a slight VX win.
Yeah, if not like a neutral race. But that's doubtful. That's kind of rare.
Well, it just straight up was a slight VX win. So they're down 36 right now. It's definitely progress, but, you know, still a little bit scary. I'll let you talk about the track picks. I'm going to go turn on a fan in the other side of the room because I'm burning up right now, so... Give us the analysis, Nick.
Well, it looks like DVP is picking Royal for their mid spots because they also, from what I remember from being in DVP, I think they sometimes pick Royal as a bagging track because there's this star strat at the beginning that's kind of broken. So I know a lot of people like Despair bag on it whenever he's in the mid, but he's starting out in first, so it doesn't matter anymore because it picked Cheap Beach.
Sorry for any weird sounds. I'm back now.
Well, Cheap is pretty Cheap is a pretty good spot for 2-3. It's a notorious like anti-first track from what I've experienced.
Yeah, that may be. I'm guessing VX picked it.
Yeah, VX was the one to pick Cheap. Let's see if they are able to capitalize off of this first section here. Maybe pulling reds on Despair.
Yeah, Despair definitely being a big problem for them last race. They could have maybe gone top 3.
Roberto got hit out there. So yeah, the 2 DVP just got hit out on the turn. DVP's now bottom 2.
So Maxim gonna land the trail there. It looks like VX has 2 through 4 though. See Mark, Tricky, and Ryu up there. They should. Like, if Despair survives this onslaught also, that would be quite impressive. John's going to maybe get an opportunity to firefire some of them, but he's got to watch out because 2 VX are behind him.
Fire around all of them.
Okay, so Despair did get hit out, but there's a blue immediately after, so I'm not sure if, like, Mark's going to be ready.
Yeah, Roberto was holding blue back there.
Yeah, so I think Mark got hit out, but Ryu and Tricky now are pulling into top 2. This kind of looks like VX's first shot at advantage state, I suppose, in the second match. So definitely big opportunity. Oh my gosh, that bomb!
Yeah, but
where did it go?
There is an opportunity with DVP to pull tons of red since they're 3, 4, 5, 6 at the moment.
Oh, it looks like Ryu's trying to like lag trail or something. He's gonna have to watch out the firefighter here. He tried to get him, but he's gonna miss.
He might.
Maxim has a
Oh, he
fire
backed
flower,
it
but it looks
in.
like Despair is not really out of the way, I
Scared of
suppose.
it.
So I'm
Yeah,
not sure if he's gonna get
DVP
a chance. He may get some, but he's
back
gonna have to
behind
watch
him at 2,
Despair.
4, 5, 6.
He does get him though. Actually, no, maybe not. I'm not sure. He may have just had a shroom.
No, he didn't get. Yeah, he had a shroom.
Tricky is going to need to hold this. If Rio goes down, which he does, that is huge for DVP because
He pulls a.
oh, and there's a
Oh,
blue
yeah,
also. So
oh, this is looking
you gotta
really
hope for
big
VX's sake that Tricky is
DVP.
something, but it doesn't look like he does. The red's gonna come out and not do anything. Oh, he has a bomb though. So. But okay, Twonk's gonna come in and take him out. But Felix is up here with a boo. So Felix is gonna hold on to first there. And save what looked like a very grim and bleak output. And Leo's gonna get second too. What just happened? 1, 2, 5, 7, 8, 10.
Where did Leo come from?
I don't know where Leo came from at all. Tricky got getting hit out of the very end.
That was confusing.
Very confusing.
You see everyone dying up there.
Yeah,
Tricky.
That looked
Tricky getting blued. He bombs Maxim. Twonk gets him out as well after he shrooms up, and then Felix just comes out of a boo, and then apparently Leo's up there too. Maybe, I don't know.
For a second there, it kind of looked like DVP was going to pull into a gigantic lead, but VX just getting the most. Okay, we actually just got top 2, and nobody expected it.
Yeah.
They got it though, so MW could push their advantage even further, and they are going to get it. So the deficit of 20 is now.
This could be the start of a turning point for VX.
Yeah, the deficit was at 40, and it's now down to 20. So definitely the opportunity is there. It's kind of a never give up kind of a philosophy. You know, it can definitely do you wonders.
You could expect some shrooms from DVP's mid spots though, for sure, because there are a ton of spots.
And speaking of that
are guaranteed.
Speaking of that, Maxim's gonna get it right away. It looks like Twonk may have also.
Gonna shroom up,
Mark got one as well though, who is perhaps in 5th or 7th. But it looks like Twonk's gonna get a little bit of distance here. So
DVP is top 2 at the moment because
VX, yeah, Mark is up here. So. The DK squad is all up here. We know that Leo, I think, is the other DK. There's a Roy with a red that may be Despair. It could be Despair, yeah. So maybe a 1-3-4 for DVP early. Mark's going to have to be very careful. He's holding onto a shroom, but that could very well not take him to the cut with all the spots that DVP has.
It might be a good idea for Mark to go for the double. But
so
like
now Roberto has a shroom in 3rd. So if anything, it may actually be better for Mark because now I think he's going to be able to take cut and maybe try to take the lead really quickly. It doesn't look.
First.
Okay, I thought he actually got trailed for second. Mark's gonna pull into first. It looks like, but I think he got hit down. So red coming out for Twonk. I think Twonk broke it. So
yeah, Mark got hit down at the glider.
Top 2 for DVP. Maxim has the reds that could definitely damage them right there, right here.
It looks but it looks like
blue comes out though and hits Maxim. And it looks like John also. So now Tricky, LS, and Mark are up here as well. I don't know if he landed the hit, but this could be another opportunity for VX. They have 3 through 5. Yeah, and I think I saw
LS is full triple reds
this boo could be very big for Maxim. Actually, a bomb comes back. I'm not sure who it hit. Tricky may not be expecting a red right here, so if he can get this off, he may have a chance to turn this race in a very big way for DVP. Getting the firepower, it looks like did hit Tricky. He did not use any of the fire, weirdly. He may be able to get Mark here at the line, but he's going to have to worry because he got John also. But he's going to get 5th. I think maybe a top 2 for DVP.
Yeah, so, I'm guessing that's a top 2-5. Yeah, top 2-5, 7, 8. That's still a pretty
solid race for DVP. Pretty solid race for DVP. So they're going to have 222 now. VX just getting 34 that race. To be a 188. At least I think. I'm not sure if that makes... Okay, that score does make sense, actually. Cool. So, where do you go from here for VX? Missing a lot of your bagging tracks. TM, kind of classic. I was kind of expecting a Driftway to come out at one point even. So
yeah, I wouldn't have been surprised if they were to pick Driftway here. To see if they can turn the tide, because I know DVP really does not like that track, or at least a lot of them don't.
Wherever you get your confidence, man. But VX is getting all their track picks.
Sometimes it can turn over on you.
VX just gonna have to capitalize eventually. Like the
Mm-hmm.
clock is ticking right now, and I don't mean
TM is known
TikTok,
for
but
being TM is known for being a big game changer track for a lot of teams, at least.
well, the thing about my personal thoughts on TM are that it's BS. That you can't
Uh-huh.
actually predict the
I
results at all.
completely agree. It's
I
just the last turn, lap 3 is just like it all comes down to that turn or
yeah.
that glider, lap 3.
So got Ryu up here, which is probably the best case for VX. You know, Roberto in first is perhaps a bigger problem. So it's gonna.
Yeah,
I'm glad that
the
he's
two
holding this
inwards in
red,
top 2 up here.
but unfortunately, like Twonk may be getting in the way there. Some lag. He's not going to be able to get him. You want to make sure that your red actually works. That's a very important, underrated
Yeah.
aspect of MK8D. It's not
Yeah,
just
it
spamming
looks like
reds.
DVP is top three at the moment.
Yeah, and he didn't
Ryu
even have to
probably
use his
got hit
red.
out.
So more power to him. I think he's going to be backing his red here so he can take cut, or
Yeah,
just throwing it at Roberto, who probably has defense. So
yeah, he's Roberto's gonna block it for him.
cutting into first, I think that may be Mark back there going for shock right now. It's like, ooh, we
Yeah,
do not
that's
like how this started.
definitely VX back there going for shock.
So, if I've learned anything in my time playing TM, like this looks pretty great for DVP right now, but I'm just going to say that it means absolutely nothing. I
Yeah,
do
it
not
really
know why
doesn't mean
greens
anything
are out right now.
because if Mark is able to pull shock, and DVP is not going for it, they could
Blue is
completely get
out.
ended at the end.
Blue is out, so that's something he's going to have to go opposite paths. Okay, it looks
Yeah,
like they got
Maxim's
the
gonna
memo
have
there.
to avoid their team here.
So Leo has a shroom. That's a great trail for Maxim. Definitely even the
Yeah,
win condition.
that was a really
It looks
nice
like they cut it
trail.
in top 2 also. So maybe it looks like Mark is still going for it right now. So I'm not sure he has it.
It looks like DVP is top 3.
Or top 2, 4, 5.
2,
So
4, 5. Yeah. Now that one
doesn't
of
look
them
like
got
Mark
hit
has
out.
anything yet. This could
They should possibly be able to
huge.
get Leo out of 3.
He's got a bunch of greens. He can maybe back some greens right here if he wants to do some massive damage. But okay, the shock does come in last second. This could actually be a big game changer. I think that they're still getting top 2. It looks like John dodged though.
VX dodging up here.
Some DVP in the back is the thing to consider here, but I think they still got top 3 even because I think John was able to dodge at the very end. So gonna get another 48-point race and kind of push this to a very dangerous spot for
That's very
VX.
unfortunate for VX there. They weren't fully able to capitalize off of that shock since DVP was pretty far ahead and
I
John
think they
was
got
also
it a
able to
little too
dodging
late
it
to
first.
do anything. Like at that point, it's just an easy play for John. Like,
at that point, you have to do anything you can to get your team up there.
Yeah, the thing is, like John dodging there is a necessary evil, I think. So.
Looks like DVP's taking the Music Park route for their top 3.
Yeah, we saw them try to do it on race 1. I know, did not get the pick. They've not been really getting much going their way recently. Well, like I don't know what to say. Looks like VX has been getting the majority of the track picks, just unable to
but they aren't
displace them.
Unable to display how they could help with them at the moment.
Yeah, a pick comes in here for
DVP. This is going to be big for DVP. Although this first turn is always full of surprises when it comes to
for sure it can be
on this track. So maybe VX will be able to get some hits in on this this first turn and change the tide over to in their favor.
Well, for the sake of having a game 3 at this point, you kind of have to. This is a very dangerous spot for them. I'll just say that.
Yeah, like you say, sometimes it usually isn't like it's definitely not a bad idea for VX to take some major risk in their play at the moment, especially with how DVP's been performing recently.
You could make the argument that you could make the argument that they still have time, I suppose, since we're only halfway in. But
yeah,
by the same token, something's got to change. Something has got to change.
DVP top 2 right now with VX back there in 3-4, so They could pull reds, but Maxim has double protection, so it's gonna be hard for them to infiltrate their top 2.
Boomerang actually going to be coming in. It looks like maybe that was the 3rd throw, getting a little bit extra distance.
Yeah, that was definitely the 3rd throw. They're pretty far back there.
So now Maxim has no defense. He's going to have to shroom away because looks like Mark had a plant, so definitely want to be getting away there. Chaining right here.
This could
getting
be
more
bad
reds,
for
which
Maxim
is...
if he doesn't get enough protection.
Well, he got 2
which
reds.
He does. He gets double reds.
Despair being in first has been quite the thorn in their side. Okay, that was almost a really great play on Maxim to get out of the way, but unfortunately kind of got trapped there. A blue is coming out, though. Tricky is dodging. VX is 2 through 4 right now, 2 through 5 right now. They're getting blued. They are 2 through 6 right now, and DVP just got blued in first, so
this could be
opportunity right now. Tricky's in first right now. If they can just get Despair out, they have a potential at top 5. It looks like Maxim's going to get billed by his teammate. LS is even in 8th right now. This is quite the turn.
This is looking like a complete turnover.
I don't see where Despair is. I don't see where Despair is right now. This could...
I think,
top 4, maybe? Maybe more.
No, he's not.
Blue comes out late. This looks like...
Really
this could look close. Like maybe even a top 6 for VX. That was so much. Top 4, 7, 10.
Top 4.
I'm just saying it wasn't amazing. Oh, actually, it was amazing. It wasn't perhaps the best.
It wasn't as big as we were seeing it, but it could.
That was
still a really
huge.
Good changer.
That was huge. 20-point gap again.
Despair. Them getting Despair out of first there with that blue is like a really big.
The shock of blue combo. That was looking like pretty mid-even race, and VX just kind of turned it all on its head at the last second, so 20-point gap again, 5 to go.
Yeah, this is still looking really close despite all the DVP winning races.
We were talking about risk.
VX there.
We were talking about risk, but at this point it's just like if you can outplay for 5 races, you may be getting your match 3 with a very tilted team. So as much as we've been talking about how dangerous this war is for DVP or VX.
DVP. Or VX, yeah.
DVP, they do not want to go to a game 3 right now. They absolutely do not want to go to a game 3.
Don't want to be in that scenario. So they could also be the team taking risks here just to get them out of any spot that's anywhere near top 6.
Well, luckily for them, they're going to get their track pick this time. Not really even going to have to take the risk because, you know, RMC, like... Well, I suppose going for shock itself is a risk, but it's almost calculated.
3 people bagging here.
Yeah, they probably want the shock very badly. I know VX oftentimes has a lot of other plans, maybe. So I think we can expect Tricky to run. Outside of that, I assume that we'll be Well, it looks like Felix is up front. He's going to trust his teammates maybe to be getting shock. I know that they are definitely going to be staying in 9 and 10 for right now. Making sure at all costs that they optimize their odds. They very well may have gotten it in last right here, but we are not going to be able to tell. I'm not sure. Okay, but Maxim has blue. I'm not sure who's in first right now, but this could be very dangerous for DVP if they're in first. It looks like the blue's coming out, so maybe not be Twonk. But like if you have to hold blue in the back, it's kind of like a death sentence here. I see no shock for VX, but it looks like they're almost all the spots in the very back right now.
Yeah, I don't see any shock in play, but then again they
we could maybe be seeing in a second here. We don't have the best view. Leo is a star.
That could be Despair up there in first. It looks like DVP is top 3 or top 4.
Yeah, that would be the story of this war so far, and looks like Maxim is going to be up here also. VX better hope that they have something because
this is not looking good for.
They are in dodges, but Leo's going to come up. Maxim's getting redded at least. I want to say... Okay, Roberto got hit at the end also.
The midsection is costing him.
That was not as big as initially we thought maybe, but still going to be a top 3, but a bottom 3 at that. So... Yeah.
That's a very odd race there then.
You know, the shells hitting like Roberto and co at the end, that did a lot to salvage.
To get redded.
Salvage perhaps what looked like perhaps a war losing effort even. So, you know, 24-point gap. Could have definitely been worse
Still
for VX
fairly
there.
close.
Could have definitely been worse for VX than we initially anticipated.
DVP was top 5 at one point in lap 3, so that was a very scary scenario for VX. Looks like
especially
they're
with no
picking
shock.
N64 Rainbow. That's an interesting track pick.
Yeah, no shock was definitely perhaps a godsend even. So
yeah. Ooh, this
we have there's a lot of interesting thoughts on this track, I would say.
My opinions on this track is that it sucks.
Yeah, I think that's a very common one for our metagame, but
you mess up once, you can't catch up. It's just like,
yeah, I've heard that opinion a lot, and sometimes you just can't do anything about what happens to you. So
yeah, you really it's a really weird one at that. It's just,
definitely,
it's not a track that
going choo-choo raceway.
Although people do see this track as a get people out of top spots track, which is I can see that as an argument.
It's kind of interesting how yeah. Did you? I don't know if he pushed somebody off. I looked away for 1 second. I'm regretting it right now.
Looks like DVP's having a little bit of a rough start here with Maxim getting hit on the first straightaway.
I think I see John up there, but I also see a Roy in the back, and you know, Despair's kind of been like DVP's like saving grace right now. This war,
yeah,
kind of holding down the front like all the worst times, and it looks like he's in the back right now, which would be definitely a shift. A lot of hits being delivered back here. I want to say that VX has most of the middle spots right now. See a bomb up front.
This pack is really close.
Now Maxim has a bomb. He could do some damage right here if he's going to go for it.
Looks like
it's not going to blow up on anybody.
Mid back as well.
I see Tricky. Wow, I think Tricky and Felix may be top 2 right now. Like, it's really hard to say, but like it looks like their Mies are top 2.
Super close. It looks like.
Mark's obviously going to have to hope that he gets something up here right now.
That's VX in top 2 right
Only going to be getting shrooms right now.
Maybe. Yeah, this race doesn't look super
I think it's going to be a bottom, a 9, 11, 12 maybe for DVP. So top 3, 5, 9, 12.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good.
That's good. So that's a 50-point race. You know, suddenly, very suddenly, we have a single digits game. So.
Oh wow, what is it at now? I'm ready to check this.
I can't say I know for sure because I think it's 372 to 366. I'll do the math in between the races. This could show a lot. What's the word? I guess.
This could be the start of the
a lot of resilience for VX, I suppose.
A lot of persistence and not giving up.
Yeah, DVP looking maybe a little flustered right now, coming out with a mixed bag of DYC, DEA. Hopefully, for their sake, they are not letting this get to them. They are still very much in the lead, so there's that. VX looking like they're not going to just sit down and die, though, like perhaps a lot of people were thinking in the chat was going to be happening.
DEA pick.
My goodness, Despair over 100 already after 9. What an effort. Perhaps a finals clinching match.
Like you said, Despair has been the saving grace for DVP this race, staying in top spots almost every race besides the last one.
I would say especially early in the match, like on RWS, for example, when he was able to hold that despite all the VX swarming behind him. A lot of times that's not the player's own doing, but still, it's a lot of pressure. Well, a lot of pressure and a lot of luck.
Behind you. Having the entire opponent team behind you is an extremely scary position if you're front running up there. They could easily pull tons of reds on you. Easily get, like, everything against your favor.
I'm interested to see how this plays out. It looks like Felix has been opting to run much more recently and let teammates bag. It may be working out better. I'm not sure, but like maybe like it may not even that they're getting shot. I don't even know if they're really getting shocks. Even it's just something's clicking right now that wasn't earlier.
Yeah. There's definitely a switching game plan here from
Blue
what
is
I can
out. I
see
think
from
Felix
VX.
may have just overtaken Twonk or something up front. It looks like he stopped. It's going to be targeting DK. There may be a horn. Yeah, it looks like there's a Shroom in first. That could be Leo up in front even. I think Twonk is up there. I think this may be a 1-3 or 2-3 for VX. So
I'm seeing a lot of DVP in the bottom spots at the moment. Like, I can see Sketch back here. Yeah, there's a ton of DVP back here.
I kind of want to
Although
compliment
they do
Maxim on
have
his item management right now. He looks very well set up for this lap 3 actually. And if there's a shock in play, like he may be getting first for free.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, he's gonna get. Okay, so there is a shock. It looks like he may have dodged with VX. I want to say. Yeah, it looks like LS dodged. Marks in first. Maxim should be getting this win pretty free right here. Really good.
It looks
frame.
Like Maxim will have this
almost frame
win.
1 S dodge. It looks like we have a Roy out here also. This could be as good of a 1-3-4 maybe, but I don't know if it will be, but could be as good as that for DVP. So it was a 1-3-4. 1-3-4, 8, 10, 12. So that's a good bounce back for DVP. And even though VX has gotten very close, DVP applying the pressure right back. So they still have a long way to go, I suppose. A lot of bottom spots there, but they got a lot of the top stuff. So only a 43-point race for DVP, but again, it's a 10-point lead. 2 to go. VX still kind of has the pressure on them, I guess. So.
They still have the odds stacked up against them at the moment, but they can still take some momentum back.
Yeah, and they're going off another bagging track. I'm not sure how much I like it, considering it seems like the bagging tracks have not been working for them too much this war.
Yeah, from what we've seen this war, the bagging tracks haven't been working for them.
Well,
so I don't
the turning
know
point's got to be RMP, and DVP picked that track to front run. That could very well happen on DKJ. Also, we know how wacky this track gets at times. So,
yeah, this track has a lot of a lot of oddities. Like the first half of this track is very like bump central.
Yeah.
with the bridge being so narrow, and then there's the super bounce with the what is it? The hazards afterwards.
So DVP just 2 races away from winning their first MKU or even tournament title at that. A lot on the line for them right now, but Mark's going to be getting Maxim out of first immediately, doing exactly what VX needed him to. So
sending Maxim down to bottom 3.
Quite clearly, they are not planning on making this easy for DVP at all, even if they do manage to pull the title out here. But I don't see Mark in first anymore, so I think both Roys are DVP, but Despair is kind of back here also. So
both Roys are DVP.
Big plays are gonna need to.
That's Twonk in first up there.
Are you sure? I thought he was DK. We've seen Ryu in the back quite a lot this war.
He was Twonk. Twonk was Roy this war.
I'm not sure exactly. Okay, these reds could be potentially very big right now. He has a lot of VX members. Tricky has a star, so I think he's gonna do perhaps the correct play of just trolling a little.
Nice hit there with the triple reds on Leo, I think.
It was just gonna be that though, and this guy's gonna get a bill in 6. So I think Felix just got hit out.
These items.
I don't know who the other Waluigi is, because like that could be. I want to say that's VX in second, but
it's Sketch.
Is it Sketch in second? Shock comes in. I want to say that was VX because I think Tricky dodged.
Yeah, Tricky dodged, I'm sure.
And Maxim's going to be getting hit out here. Leo's going to have something to do back there. There's a lot of VX back here, but it looks like Tricky is kind of pulling up right now. I cannot state how huge this win would be. This first place would be if Tricky were to be able to get past whoever this Roy is.
Big for VX.
It looks like it looks like Tricky's fighting again to first right now. He's lagging a little. It looks like he took the cut though on a screen. Definitely lagging on the mini map right now. He's still in second right now. A lot of VX and dodges back here. There's 3 of them in the back though. So
Maxim building up here.
He's gonna have to watch out for his teammates right here. VX has a lot of mid spots. Tricky's gonna need to make something happen, I think, up front. I think that is a DVP member. Felix is kind of stuck back here also. Looks like, did Despair fall off?
Twonk is first now. Tricky got hit out. Does that mean he gets third?
No, he got second. So 2, 4, 7, but bottom 3 for VX. So
yeah,
they're gonna need something very big here.
DVP's
DVP.
capitalizing on a lot of opportunities right now and are doing very well at keeping their top spots, or keeping first at least, which
So
is
this
really
is where
good
we
for
got to talk
DVP.
about risk again. DVP is up 26 right now with one to go. They've got one race to go.
VX has got to bring out everything they can this
And
year.
they are going Driftway, which I would say would be their best track to bring out right
Mm-hmm.
now if they want maybe a top 5. Obviously, some risks are going to have to be taken here. They can't. Again, I don't think they can overbag too much as a thing. Like they get their pick. If they get a top 5, they will win it. But I don't know how much you can just trust a top 5 straight up. So
Mm-hmm. They're gonna have to do a lot of probably they'll probably have to risk a lot of they'll have to risk a lot of things here if they want to pull it off. It's definitely like a desperate situation for them.
very desperate. Their obviously their title hopes rest all on this race.
This is a big pressure race here for
Big
sure.
pressure race. We see Ryu going in the back to begin with. Maxim will be getting hit off the cut to begin. We know that a lot. I almost want to say that DVP having some people in the back is going to be a good thing of how I know VX plays
Yeah,
this track.
this is almost beneficial for
If
DVP
they can space out their
because
stars
if
very
they can,
well, but
yeah, if they can space out their stars and then possibly even get shock here, that would be really, really big for
if they
them,
get shock,
especially
I
with
want to say
VX.
it's over if they just use it. But no
But
matter even
that
how
could
it
be
is,
completely wrong.
it could be, but we'll see. I don't think Ryu's using anything in the back right now, and it looks like he's actually like a distance there. Like you kind of feel slightly comfortable. You kind of feel slightly comfortable. There is a blue out for Tricky right now. Ryu, I don't know if he has shock right now. Like for VX's case,
VX
they
is
better
top
hope.
2 at the moment.
Yeah, at least top 2, maybe top 3 even. Uh, it's interesting. Like, what if they just front run and get it? Obviously, they need
Yeah,
some people to catch up. Mark is too far in the back right now. We
it
saw
looks
like
like
last match,
it looks like VX is top 4.
and that's great and all. Again, that's great, but they
But
need more people up here.
if there's
Okay,
a shock from
John is in
DVP,
third right
that
now.
could be the end
John's
of
gonna get hit out, so that's a top 3 for VX, and there's a shock coming in that actually TS
top 4 for Tricky.
VX. A blue comes out though, so
Ooh,
looks like VX is
a
pulling
big
in front. They
race.
have top 5 right now, so blue is coming out right now. But this is a this is a really bad scenario for VX right now. Mark is the last person back here. Mark and LS have got to like pull up into the front right now. I'm not sure who's in first right now. They better hope it's Leo.
DVP has got to
So
get hit out.
I don't know. This is gonna be. I don't think it's enough. They have so many spots. Just like they had too many spots in the middle. I think.
It's not
I
going to
think
be
I think
enough
DVP
here.
got
DVP
second.
wins.
So 1, 3, 6, 7, 8, 11.
This is not enough.
I don't
VX.
think that's enough. I'm doing the final calculations right now, and that's going to be a +8 win for VX on the race, which will imply that DVP is your MKU Season 7 champions, winning match 2, final score of 501 to 483. Definitely made it to the lap 3 very stressful there, but they will be getting it done, and VX will be unfortunately going home second place. Not too bad, but DVP will be your MKU Season 7 champion. So big congratulations for them. Obviously, it's been a long time coming.
Yes, very big
Congratulations to them.
congratulations. Big congrats to DVP for getting their I think first MKU win in MKD.
Or even in their team's history, I believe.
Yeah, yeah, this might even be, I'm pretty sure this is their first
First place.
win for, yeah, this is the first win for MKU. So that's a big moment right there for their team.
So obviously, I think we got to get John in here. Like, I'm trying to eat at some point today, so don't want to make this too long, but gotta let the boys enjoy their moment, of course. So I
Yeah.
think we'll be getting John in here soonish. I unfortunately don't have a screen to put like an interview on right now, so you guys are just gonna deal with this final score and screen right now. So I don't know if they're ready right now. I assume they want an interview. We'll see in a second. They're probably still losing their mind in call, as we know.
Mhm.
You know, I guess I don't know when they'll join. I guess they're like still very happy about it all. I'm glad for VX's sake that they were able to make it perhaps closer. I suppose. We're gonna move to
Yeah,
media
they were
call, by
still.
the way.
Yeah,
Can you join? Can you
that
join
was
the
still
general
good.
call in the MKC server? I'll push you over.
Yeah.
We'll be doing an interview for in a second. You can have any guys that you need hopping in general call that you need. So, obviously, we got the celebration and the festivities will be beginning soon on this Sunday afternoon. Sketch is here right now with us. First of all, congratulations, Sketch.
Thanks, man.
Glad
I did my
that.
best.
Yeah, I'm glad to see you finally get a. Well, I'm not sure if you've officially been in Z, but your first title, I suppose, on the board, and at that, as part of the team playing in it. So congratulations there.
Yep.
Congratulations to our boy
Yeah.
Slater over here also, who just joined call. I hate both of you for being in
Thank you
finals
very
because
much.
that made me have to like actually talk today in the finals. So because like nobody else is here except Nick. But you know,
Yeah, for those
aside
of
from
us
that,
who-
big
yeah.
congratulations to you guys capturing, I believe, DVP's first title for MKU or first place and
Yep.
overall first place in tournament
It was
history.
a long
So
time coming.
that's what I said at the very end. Long time coming. I'm glad that you guys could finally overcome it. So any initial thoughts, I suppose, or
Initial thoughts. I think overall we played really, really well. The first war, I think we definitely had the most like team play. I think it was like our best synergy we've
Yeah.
probably ever
In the
had. I
la-
think in a war.
In the
So you
last
did improve your
third,
mental.
Yeah.
Nick, please shut
we
up. I don't want to hear that in
improved our
here.
mental.
Save the meme. Save the bad memes for Twitter. Come on, I can't handle it here. They don't pay me enough to
Yep.
do this. My gosh. Any comments, I guess, on your opponent's VX or?
Yeah, I don't know. Just in general, I think we kind of figured out a really good strategy with like having a good mixture of front presence and back presence. Because I think
Yeah,
a lot
for
of teams
sure.
mostly try to like get to the front, all 6 of their players. And so what we kind of did was we initially like strategically went for blue shells and shocks because not many people go for blue shells because they don't really want to hold it if their teammates are up there.
Yeah.
Staying
But
in
if
the
you can
back
pull
in
it, it's so
general is
important.
really underrated. Staying in the back
Is
in
that
general is really underrated.
is that
Yeah, I agree.
why Despair was able to keep first a lot of the majority of the first half of the second war?
I would say so. Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta obviously
Because we
shout out our
noticed
guys
that
to
Despair
Spare.
was going in.
Yeah, he was
at
holding down a
the first
lot of
one.
very
Yeah.
crucial things that may have even turned that second
That
war into a win.
that
So
RWS race where they had tons of VX back there, and it was just Despair up there.
or just up front, yeah.
Yep.
Got lucky
Yeah,
that there was no red shells, but
Yeah, Despair's just a really good driver. I
did
think.
not
I think
crack
he's
under
super
pressure today.
underrated. Yeah,
So
I think he's
For
super
sure.
underrated. I
Mhm.
think people don't really think of him to be like
Yeah.
a good player, runner in general, but he's all season consistently been in the front for us and always provided like consistent results for us. So
Mhm.
we really like him
Yeah.
having on
And
the,
you know,
or we really like him on the team.
every single race in the war too, like we always had our grounds covered, like front, middle, and back. We always had people in each position, and we'd always be able to capitalize on being in, say, the front, middle, or the back to the best of our ability. And I think that's what won us the war today.
I'd say that
Round
the
together.
best teams obviously have lineups where everybody can kind of do everything when called upon, and it definitely
Yes, of course.
looks like this may have been the case here for DVP today. Obviously, being able to control, like you said, all aspects of the match,
Yeah,
and
for sure.
Yeah, no, I agree.
kind of
yeah.
let the game decide who's doing what. It's a good mindset to have
Exactly.
rather than just having a team. It's like, well, we need this guy to front run, or maybe
But
yeah.
I think something else too that really helped us was that we were very organized when it came to, say, bagging tracks, because I'm pretty sure almost if not every single race of the 2 matches, Sketch, Maxim, and I were all bagging on every single track. There was no switching of baggers or runners or anything like that. It was always Sketch, Maxim, and I.
Yeah, so the consistency factor. And it looks like they didn't burn you on too many bagging tracks either to begin with.
Yeah, and I think a good strategy for
Yeah,
us in general for the bagging tracks was when we had like me, Max, and Slater in the back. We kind of optimized our dodging probability by staggering our dodges like as much as we could.
Yeah.
So like for example, in Ice Outpost, I had a Bill and a Star. and so I used my build quite early, and they happened to use an early shock, so I was fortunate enough to dodge.
Yeah, I
But if
saw
they wouldn't, the
Maxim
target
get a
shock
build
us.
dodge on RMP too, I want to say.
Yeah,
I'm not sure
yeah.
about that. I know
Yeah.
John
And
also dodged at the
Maxim
end of
on,
one race.
and then
Yeah.
Maxim on DEA as well with the dodge in 5th.
That's what I
Yeah,
was saying.
yeah.
But I think John was the one who dodged on RMP. Just like they kind of had. Actually, maybe not. It was one race. I just remember commenting like, oh, they kind of had to.
Twisted Mansion.
It may have been
It
that.
was
It's like they
TM.
kind of had to dodge you guys. So
Yeah,
you guys still got top third. I think you got third actually on TM because of it.
Yeah, on TM I got
It's like-
third. That was a good shot.
It's like they were in a really bad spot to begin with, but like they kind of just had to
Yeah.
take it just to see what they could get. So obviously
Yeah, I
covering
could
your
imagine
bases
they
very
probably
well.
got it really late into the race. And
They
it was
did
just, like,
because they were
weird.
definitely camping out of the box, or Mark was camping out of the boxes early
Yeah,
in the
for
lap.
sure.
I think they may have got it very late, so they didn't have much time to use it. So obviously, if you're just holding your star in the back there, what are they going to
Yeah,
do about it?
We were just holding the fronts for that entire race, and just them getting shocked. They had to go with something. They
Mhm.
couldn't hesitate there, even if it meant us benefiting from the shock, which eventually happened. But it was a good try on them, and I can appreciate the effort with the shock.
So, what were your thoughts after the RMP race? I suppose, like obviously you have a pretty good lead for most of the war and stuff, and then that happens. How do you recover?
Yeah, that was just unfortunate, I think. So what happened was going into lap 3 at the last set, I think going into lap 3, Roberto pulls a shock and VX
Yeah.
obviously pulls a shock. We weren't aware that VX had the shock.
Yes, I think that happened on
but our only-
Cheeseland too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and I think they had more back spots, so they had more dodges readily available, and I think they probably saw our shock, so they used it pretty much immediately. So we had
Yeah.
probably 4 seconds to react, and obviously in that kind of
Yeah,
pressured
like a
environment,
few
it's hard
seconds
to
after Roberto said
react.
he had shock,
And then the
they-
blue came
they just
also
used
for
their
despair.
dodges right away. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was really unfortunate too.
So I think it was just kind of, I mean, I don't want to say unlucky, but it was just unfortunate for us in that situation. Because
Mhm.
I think
for
we were
sure.
going to have a decent race if it wasn't for their speedy shock and blue shell as well.
Well,
But in regards to our thoughts after that race, I feel like we really didn't care that much about it. We were just looking to get our heads back in the game.
yeah,
Yeah,
you kind of
and-
just
Yeah,
have to
that's
look
a
like
really
what's
good
right in
look
front of you,
at
I
it.
guess.
And that's the great thing
Yeah,
about
that's a-
DVP in general is
That's
that
a
like
really
even if we
good
have-
look at it.
yeah, even when we have bad races, we keep our mentality like so chill. Like even when we have a bad race, we just kind of brush it off and
Yeah,
like it didn't happen.
especially since basically everything before that was like so positive. You can't focus on that one bad thing. You have to keep the good mentality and good
Exactly,
momentum
because
Yeah,
first race.
if you get that one bad race in particular, if you let it get to you,
It
then
could
it's just
be
gonna bite
the
you.
game
It's
changer
gonna
for
bite
the
you in the butt
entire
for the
war.
rest of the
well,
war.
I
Yeah.
don't think many people realize how much mentality affects your gameplay in general. Like you can be the best player in
Yeah.
the world, but
I
if you're
completely agree with that. Yeah,
if you
mentality
tilt, it's
is
like yeah,
I'd argue
mentality is
perhaps
one of the biggest
mentality is like
factors.
what makes some players the best to begin with too. So it's
Mhm.
like
exactly.
can't really get up there
But
if you're just going to be like rage
I
quitting
think
after every
best
match or
piece of
something.
advice. My best piece of advice in regards to mentality is that if the other team gets a really, really strong race against you and say it's a close war, like just remember the war's not over till it's over. You still have X amount of races left until it's mathematically impossible to win. So just give it your best shot. That's all I can say.
Inspiring words coming from our guy John Slater over here. Make sure
the
to
challenge begins after you've proven it's an obligation.
mhm.
I had to put that one in there.
Motivation.
I had to put that one in there.
Well,
Exclamation point motivation.
you
Yeah,
all
for
heard it here. John is detailing how to win tournaments now. So
Yeah,
Yep.
check out his
If you wanna
Twitter for
win,
motivational quotes.
check out
I don't I don't get it. Just beat the opposing team.
yeah, just
Forehead.
score more points, don't get hit. We've all heard it. Finish the race as fast as possible.
That's
How to
the way she
win.
Yep.
goes.
Technically, not wrong. Anyway, if you guys have any final closing thoughts, speak now, I suppose.
I'm just really proud of DVP and the progress we made. I think beating JDZZ last week kind of boosted our confidence and
Yes,
provided
for
us
sure.
a lot of momentum going into the finals. And I
Yeah.
think that was probably
You may have
like,
beaten them at the best possible time too.
Yeah,
To
for
get them
sure.
in semis where you only have to get the one, then
Yeah,
instead of having
at
to worry
first
about
going
having to
into
play them again
playoffs-
right after.
At first, going into playoffs, we were really bitter because Zealous dropping gave VX the bye from quarters, and because of that, after we won quarters, we had to play JBZZ. But after beating them,
it
we
all
can
worked
see
out,
that,
I suppose.
it benefited us it benefited us in the end because
you don't know how that best of 3 would have turned out, perhaps.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
we only beat them by 4,
team that's also beating the team that's like projected to win by like a landslide is a big deal.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw my rookie 538 playoff prediction models, but we had JBZZ perhaps a 60% chance to win it before the final week.
Oh yeah.
So proving the 40% correct here, and at that, maybe even higher than 40%. Everybody 60%. Else was around. Yeah, we had JBZZ. Well, I had JBZZ at 60% using advanced metrics and calculations.
Okay.
You're just gonna have to trust me on that. I'm the math guy, obviously.
Yeah.
I suppose you are too, but like I busted out the probability formulas and stuff. Probability of this and that. You know how it all works. You had to suffer through that at one point in your life. I'm just certain of it. I'm not sure what DVP was at. I think they were around 9 to 11%, maybe 7. I'm not sure.
Wow.
Of course, every other team was around that also, including our guys at Zealous. But after Zealous dropped, I think the odds for everybody only went up a little, especially for JBZZ.
Yeah,
so
probably.
Right. Proving everybody wrong, getting the win over the big dogs, I suppose. Definitely going to be making a case for even number 1 on PR if you can keep it up. The season's going to be a little short, so pretty much I'm telling you right now, if you want that spot, you all should sign up for Agility 2, coming up soonish.
We will be signing up for that.
Shameless advertising. Agility 2 soon. Keep your eyes out on it. Some are Arcadian also, but DVP is banned for having too strong of mental for that. So we will not be seeing them there, meaning that they will have to play the summer or not Agility 2, which will come sooner. So we'll have to see DVP and all of our other fantastic teams in that competition as well.
You already know.
Anyway, congratulations again to Divine Phoenix, a long time coming project of perhaps 5 years at this point, finally coming in with the MKU win. Go ahead.
One last final comment from me is that, Divine Phoenix, like this was before I joined, of course, so Divine Phoenix originally started in, I think it was MKBL, and we were in the lowest division, Division 5.
Yep.
And, at the time, a lot of people consider us to be the underrated team.
Mm-hmm.
And there are a lot of memes coming out.
Chris, by the way, the most underrated player in the history of MK.
Yes.
Yep, he'd be proud of us right now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was actually funny too because 2014 was the year of the DVP Reds meme. If any OGs remember that, and it's quite coincidental too because on Dry Desert, I goldened up in the first. And guess what item I had after my golden in first?
Triple reds, bro.
You guessed it.
Of course. How could I guess? Triple red division, probably, or something.
Just had to flex the DVP reds one last time.
Well, I think that's all I have to say for now. Congratulations again on your journey. The Phoenix has been reborn, or whatever like that quote
no
is.
Sacrifice, no victory,
no sacrifice,
baby.
no victory. Sacrifices were made here.
Damn straight.
I'm sure this is everybody's favorite title here. Congrats. Coming home to DVP, fulfilling the promise to the people of a title. It has been achieved now, and I'm sure the future only looks up from here. Congratulations, guys. Go celebrate, obviously.
Yeah.
We'll see you soon.
Will be signing off.
All right. Yep. Thank you, guys. Congratulations again.
Thanks for the cast and everything.
Yeah, no problem, dude. Hopefully you guys can cast us next time or something, because I'm tired AF. I'm tired AF right now. Yeah. So gonna hold you to it, but well, we'll see. So what I'm telling you, what I'm saying is, don't win again, because I need you guys to cast. So, just joking, of course. Thanks, guys.
Yep.
We'll see you sometime soon.
Thank you.
Yep. See ya.
For sure. All right, bye.
Yep. All right. I think that's all Nick and I have, unless Nick has to have any final words. I don't know if he actually has anything to say.
I think we have pretty much said everything that we could have said.
So again, big congratulations to Divine Phoenix. Congratulations to Vertex on making pretty solid run on their own right, making it to finals. Definitely something that both teams are kind of not used to being in. I guess the MKU title match. Traditionally, it's been some other teams, but it's good to see new teams doing this. Obviously, VX can still come back next time. One team has to win, obviously, but future's looking bright for the game. 5 different champions in our last 5 major site tournaments. So, the parity is at an all-time high, perhaps, compared to even 8U, where it seemed only three teams were winning for the longest time. So, a lot of cool stuff happening right now. A lot of cool stuff going on in the future, I assume, too. Next big team tournament is going to be Agility 2. Some stuff with Continental Cup should be coming out soonish also. Obviously, World Cup is going to be continuing next weekend. Mainly some secondary brackets, but perhaps we'll have some top 8 matches too. So stay tuned, everybody. Thanks for coming out. And this has been Rookie and Nick, and we'll be signing off now. Thank you for watching, everybody.